What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction with your host, the Ignorant Eclectic Mad Genius, on the Three Pyramids Network. And today we are checking out that boy Will's channel. Millennials are millennials of Americans. Millions of I said millennials. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Millions of Americans stop paying their bills. Now, I'll be honest with you. If that really was to happen, that would be a very very good thing. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna happen. But let me stop talking. Let me stop yapping. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get on. Let's go ahead and get into this reaction.
Do these reactions, man. Listen, like it before you light it, hit the sub before you hit the bud, join the team before you hit the green, and don't forget the
hype me up.
hype
me up.
Hype
me up.
Oh, and like always, the link for this original video will be in my description below.
You know, it's only two YouTubers that do that, and I'm both of them. Look, check this out, man. Millions of Americans have stopped paying their bill. Crazy work. Let's get into this video. Oh, shout out to Broderick, man. I went to school with your wife, bro. She told me to shout you out, dog. Thank you for the continued support from both of y'all, man. I appreciate that.
Pay your credit card off. What if we all collectively decided we're going to max out our credit cards and not pay it off? Like, if we got a group of, say, like 100,000 people to max out their credit cards and then not pay it off, what are they going to do? And say we got more people to do that. All those credit card companies, they're going to go completely bankrupt. What's going to happen to the American dollar? It's not even real. The American dollar does not exist. Like, there's not a certain amount of money that we have that's connected to the gold, to how much gold we have. That is completely screwed up. That does not exist anymore. We literally are just making more and more debt. Like, did you know the money that you have in the bank? They don't actually have that money sitting there. It's just a number. Yep. They don't actually have everyone's money sitting in the bank.
And they also say cryptocurrency isn't money. So, but hey, you know, what do I know? I'm just a crypto guy.
Literally just a number. Money is just a number. Money is not real. Something is going to need to happen because the system is collapsing. Everyone's bills are going way too high, rent's way too high, and people can't find jobs. Their jobs aren't paying enough. We need to do something. We need to come together and make a change.
Hey, look, I ain't the smartest dude in the world, but if everybody stop paying their credit card bills and things of that nature, it's definitely going to probably crash the stock market because investors going to start getting scared and all of that kind of stuff, because we have fiat currency, which basically means that people trust in the government that the money is worth what they say it is, and people keep accepting it, and then the world trades their commodities in the US dollar mostly, but they're getting away from it, which is crazy because that's definitely going to fuck over us. But right now it's not backed by gold or silver. It's basically backed by the promise that the US government is going to keep doing the right thing, and the economy is going to keep doing back and forth transactions. It ain't based off nothing. And then the banks don't hold none of your money no more. I think the Federal Reserve changed that in 2020. They used to be required to keep up to 10% of reserves or whatever, and I think they reduced that number to 0. Look that up. You can go to the what is that? The Fed. What the fuck am I talking about, bro? What's the name of the? I forget what it's called, but man, trust me, it's like 0%. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. How much of a person's money is the bank required to keep now? Currently, I think it's like 0%, bro. Told you. Y'all see that? That's some bullshit right there. Look at that. That is literally bullshit. Currently in the United States, banks are required to keep 0% reserves on customer deposits. Money's not real. Money's not real. If I put $1,000 in the bank right now, the bank can look at that money and say, damn, we can make 100,000 off that if we lend it right. It's crazy, dog. They just invent money in these banks. Move a couple of decimal places and there you go. They created an asset off of nothing.
Fighting an old credit card debt because they're trying to sue me and garnish my wages. And I have a lot of people in my comments telling me I should pay my bills. No, unless it's an immediate monthly bill that could get something cut off in my house, it is not considered a necessity to me. I don't care if I rack up the debt myself. If I can't pay it and I don't pay it, you gotta fight me for it. There is no moral compass when it comes to these companies for me. I don't give a even medical debt. If I go to the emergency room and I get 5 bills from 5 different departments, none of them are getting paid. There was also a lot of people very concerned about my credit score. You guys are more concerned about it than me. I don't care about my credit score. A lot of people move through life without actually ever using their credit score. I'm one of those people. I don't let their scare tactics scare me. The debts get passed from company to company to company to company, and by the time it gets to company number 5, they paid like $2 for my $900 debt.
I understand where she's coming from, but also I don't know. I just not all debt is good debt, but also you have to be able to use some of your debt. You have to be able to use debt to be able to make money sometimes. But that's, like I said, that's just me.
They're not getting that money. End of story.
You know what's interesting about that though? During Katrina, a lot of people bought houses right before the storm hit, and then after the storm, a lot of those companies got bought out. The mortgage company got bought by another bank or whatever. And like when I was trying to do real estate transactions, we had to literally track down these companies. You get what I'm saying? So if it's hard to track down them, it's gonna be hard to track down the consumer too. That's all I'm saying, bro. Facts. She ain't lying. These companies sell the debt to each other, and by the time it gets to the third or fourth person, man, shit, 900 and damn near they'll accept $90 on that, $80 on that debt. It's crazy, bro. But I don't suggest you do this if you don't have to do this. That's for damn sure.
I'm just trying to understand
For
why
sure,
people are still paying bills when a lot of y'all can't even afford to feed y'all families. I mean, it's crystal clear that the government don't care about y'all. Never have. And we can't forget that they're trying to replace our jobs with robots. So it's like, through all of this sabotage that they keep throwing at us, we still paying them. Like, it's just not making sense. As a collective, we need to come together and stop paying. Like, if y'all gonna keep raising prices and making it hard to live, then at least let me get my full check. Stop paying taxes. I mean, pretty soon, none of that's gonna matter anyways. I said we got about 2 more months of everything being intact and in order. And after that, I don't know. But for now, we should stop paying them because we're not benefiting from paying taxes. Ukraine is. Israel is. I mean, I'm just saying, before all this shit goes down, can we stand for something?
I decided.
Hey man, it's hard to argue against that when people backs against the wall, bruh. I'm not gonna hold you, bruh. It's been times when I had to decide if what bill was gonna get paid, versus what bill is not gonna get paid. It was the bare minimum type.
Listen, bro. I'm trying to. How do I want to say this? Basically, me and my financial journey. There's times where to help someone, I had to help someone by not doing something for myself. I'll just leave it at that. And you gotta weigh out your options, bro. It's a motherfucker. I will say that.
But shit, bruh, am I gonna put, like a
And mind you, I come from a not rich family, and also other things that happened when I was younger, and that's why it's one of the reasons why I moved the way that I move, and things of that nature with finances. But boy, I didn't see my mama have to rob Peter to pay Paul, and that is a term used. She's not really robbing nobody, but
matter of fact, I remember I got pulled over by the cops and got a ticket, and I had to make a choice: pay that ticket or pay my light bill. I paid the light bill, bro. Fuck that ticket, straight up.
I decided to file for bankruptcy first, and then I stopped making credit card payments. So basically what happened is that I hired a bankruptcy lawyer, and I got financial advising, basically, that they were like, your best option is bankruptcy. And I was like, word, let's do it. Hired a lawyer. And then I had to stop making payments for 6 months before I could actually file, because you can't have like preferential payments on your record. Like, you can't pay off some creditors more than others. Because I had like a number of different creditors, like had a loan and everything, I had to stop paying off everyone all together at the same time so that it was all like equal, which was great because I was literally hemorrhaging money on payments that were making absolutely zero dent in my debt. So that was awesome. Yeah, but I decided first. I'm always down to talk about my bankruptcy, by the way. I love talking about it. It's like the best thing that I've ever done. And it has taught me so much about money and life and just like myself and everything. Like, it was the most valuable.
yeah, like I understand like the stigmatization, but when you see so many different like millionaires and things like that file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, file for, I think it's chapter it's a couple different ones. There's a couple different type of chapter bankruptcies, but the one that I know the most because of a little bit of research and everything else is Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Experience I've literally ever gone through. I'm not
Hey, bro, your president filed bankruptcy buku time so he could avoid paying off his debts.
50 Cent also, and a few other like billionaires and millionaires, and they are still good to this day.
Straight up, man. You know what? Trump University, he ain't pay none of them students back that tuition from that fake ass certification or degree that he was giving out. You know, he left a lot of people holding the bag, and that's what a lot of wealthy people do in order to not ruin themselves financially forever. Like, it does hurt you, but Trump filed business bankruptcies. I don't think it was against his person. So I don't know how that shit works, but I know that's the way that they get out of not paying somebody.
Paying no more bills. I don't give a cut all this shit off. I go move in with my sister. I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Every month. Mortgage. You want water? You want electricity? Man? And then you're sitting here, I'm trying to recycle, make the world a better place, so maybe some of these prices can go down. Hell no, y'all stop the recycling.
This is what happens if you don't pay your medical bills in America. You basically have 30 days to pay your medical bills, and they will call you and basically harass you every single day to pay your bill. After it's been 60 to 90 days, they will sell your medical bill to a collections agency where your medical bill will start gaining interest. And from there, they will also start harassing and calling you and basically telling you to pay your bill. Depending on how impatient your collections agency is, they can take you to court and sue you, and they can go after your wages, your paychecks, your car, your home, until that medical bill is paid off. It also really depends on the amount too. Like, I don't think they're gonna take someone to court for a $100 bill. I know that your medical bills can't affect your credit score, but once they do sell it to a collections agency, that's when it can. However, a lot of people actually don't know this, but you can actually negotiate your bill and by a lot, like half the cost, because at the end of the day, all they want is your money. You can also do this with your collections agency too. You can also do monthly payments too, and as long as you're making monthly payments on your bill, they can't come after you. So you can literally pay $1 a month and they can't come after you. Usually if you don't have insurance, there's usually charities that will help cover your costs. Even the hospital themselves will give you a discount if you don't have insurance. I know there's a lot of people that will say that their medical bill disappeared without paying for it. That's because either the collection agency gave up the cost of it, like you probably just owed like $100 and they're like, it's whatever. Or because they're gonna come after you years later once your bill has gained a lot of interest. So yeah, that's basically what happens if you don't pay your medical bills in America.
Say, bro, that's a scam, dog. Look, if you buy a debt from a medical place or whatever, and it starts out at $1,000, how can you, a third party person, start collecting interest off of something that I never signed up with you for in the first place? I didn't agree to this interest. Straight up, I didn't agree with no interest to the hospital or the urgent care, wherever the place was that I got my medical treatment at. That's a scam. That's one way they use it to keep people poor right there, bro. But guess what? I noticed that this is the truth right here. If you owe somebody money for a long time, let's say like around the point where it's literally going to fall off of your credit report anyways, man, you calling people up, how much I owe you? They be like $1,000. Well, shit, that bitch about to fall off in like 7 months, but I need my credit right now. Listen, check this out. It's going to legally fall off in a couple of months. Take this $100 and get the fuck on somewhere. I heard that works. Do your due diligence. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it though. But you got to look into shit like that because you want to save yourself money. Them people, don't feel bad for them people. That's what I'm getting.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't pay those credit cards. Default on them credit cards. If you're young and you don't need your credit right now, if you're not trying to buy a car, if you're not trying to buy a house, why are you paying that shit? Most of that shit's going to interest. You don't max them out. What you're gonna be paying that for the rest of your life, homie. Don't pay it. Default. Let it go to collections. Let me tell y'all. When I was younger, when I was a young lad, no, but for real though, when I was younger, I said, you know what? I was like I was in the industry, I was a server, and I was like paying my credit cards, but I'm like, damn, I could have so much money if I was just not paying this right now, because like it'd be rent, credit cards, broke again. I was like in this vicious cycle. So I said, and I was checking everything, and I'm like, damn, this shit's fucking going to interest. Like, I'm never gonna pay this. I remember they did like a calculation for me. It's like 15 years. I was like, 15 years, bitch. Who has 15 years? Not me. So I said, I'm not paying it. So I defaulted it. And then, yeah, I had bad credit and I couldn't get an apartment without a guarantor. Okay, so what? Find someone to be your guarantor. But it's even better if you live at home or like you have someone that'll be your guarantor. Like, make sure you don't need your credit. If you need your credit, do not listen to me.
Say, bro, let me stop her right there, bro. Listen, if somebody needs a cosigner, that's usually a bad sign and you shouldn't cosign for them. I'm not.
Listen, Never mind. I'm not gonna tell that story.
Saying if it's your children and you trying to establish credit for them. I'm talking about if your homeboy come to you, say, well, look, bro, man, dog, my credit all messed up. I need you to co-sign on this call for me, bro. I need
Don't
this
do
call. You better tell that nigga no. I know that's your partner, but it's a reason why he need a co-signer because of habits. That mean he don't pay his bills.
Oh.
It is what it is, dog. But if you want to have a good heart, do your thing. But man, if you want to ruin yourself financially, have a good heart. I'm telling you.
But if you don't, clock in, everybody. Pay attention right now. Okay, so basically, when you default, later on they'll go to collections, and then you can settle for much, much lower, which is what I basically did. One of my best deals, most of them, I settled for half. So eventually, you should be saving money so that you can settle after it goes to collection. But I settled for half in most cases. And whatever I owed, I paid half, and then went away. But the best deal I got was I owed $1,000 balance, and they called me, and they were like, at first it was like 500. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. This is when I first started getting on game that you could do this. I was like, oh, that's not bad. I was like, okay, I could probably pay that soon. Like, I was like, I'll have to call you back though. I don't have that much right now. And the person on the collections line was like, well, how much do you have to give me today? I said, I could do 200 today. She was like, all right, we'll do 200 and we'll close this out. So in the time that I started closing all my accounts by settling, my credit score was back at 750, like nothing ever happened. And I am a homeowner today. I've gotten apartments by myself since this. Don't be scared, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Like, think about it. These rich people, they be declaring bankruptcy and doing all this shit. And we're over here scared, pay. They benefit when they have us poor and scrappy-dabby-doo.
You'll hear everybody.
That's why I say group economics is the way we should all be working. That crab in a barrel mentality ain't did nothing but destroy us, and it's going to continue to destroy us. We got to do group economics, bro. Stay with your family for as long as you can. Everybody put money into one pot, pay that mortgage, pay the light bill, pay all those what's the names, especially if you have multiple people in the house. It should you should not be. Never mind.
Hey man, but look though, if you're gonna go that route, you better make sure that you get an email in writing or something certified in writing that they're gonna stop reporting to the credit bureau that you either owe money to, a collection agency. Tell them, all right,
Correct.
in order to get this payment, I need it in writing that y'all gonna stop reporting, because they can take your money and still shit be on your credit report.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just lost 200 and it looks like you still owe them people.
Out there telling you need to save, which I know is nearly impossible for some people. So I'm going to tell you something else. Stop paying the bills you don't have to. That's right. You officially have permission. You got a medical bill you've been trying to pay down that has virtually no interest on it or no interest. Pay them $5 so you don't get sent to collection. Pay them $2. When they call and harass you, say, please stop. Here is my payment arrangement. That is that. Do not pay them extra. The same go for those ungodly student loans. I enrolled in school, so I don't have to pay my student loans because I'd rather get educated than pay them 10 times the amount that I borrowed. But if you can't do that, you only default after 270 days. Pay them every 200 days. Do not pay them the full amount. Stop right now paying anything extra that you don't have to, that's not going to hurt you, and put that money into whatever savings or into paying down high interest things like credit cards. I know some of you are like, I already don't pay those bills. Be sure. Check your accounts carefully and make sure you are absolutely not paying anything you don't have to. Even your car payment can sometimes get skipped once in a while. Now that might hurt you in interest or in other ways, but they're not going to take the car back on 1 month missed payment for most of us. So if you need to skip those and put something in a savings so that if you lose your job or something happens, you have something, it might be a good idea to do that. And now is the time to consider doing that, because places will be less kind as the recession progresses about how they treat you regarding debt. Welcome now.
Yeah, bro. Most car companies, they're not trying to come take your car back after one missed payment. It can be a possibility, but most of the time, if you went through a A-tier mortgage company, not some like credit acceptance, like a rebuilding credit type of place. Right. If you went through Chrysler Capital, Honda Capital, bro, they not coming in. Most of the time, if you ain't got good credit, you ain't getting a Honda Capital loan no fucking way. So they're not coming to take your shit after one missed payment, but do not make it no habit, bro. Because you definitely gonna get a ding on your damn credit report, and them late payments is a huge part of your credit score. It's like, what, 25, 30%, maybe even more? I don't even know off the top of my head, bro. But you got to be careful listening to this advice on the internet. None of these people are financial advisors, and man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. And
That's why whenever I talk about financial advice with individuals, I just be like, yo, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not a financial advice. And then I'll give, you know what I mean? I give some things of what I do, what I actually do with my investments and stuff like that, and what investments that I actually pay attention to and put money into.
a time like this, a lot of people ain't thinking logically, straight up, bro. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, because every situation is different. It's a case by case. But me personally, I'm paying the necessities if I'm down bad. My car's a necessity, my rent, keeping the lights on, those are necessities, man. You know what I'm saying? If I owe somebody some money like a credit card, I'm sorry. If I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. And if you're doing bad financially, dog, I promise you ain't gonna be able to use your credit score. No, it is what it is.
I'd be so for real with you guys right now. And this is gonna go against everything we're taught, right? But the credit score. The credit score. My credit score. I don't give a You know how much debt I've gone into just trying to exist? Just trying to be alive, something I did not ask for in a country
But first and foremost, how much of the burdens came from you and with the lifestyle that you want to live? That's the question that we all have to ask ourselves. If we find ourselves in certain situations, what is the lifestyle that we are portraying and that we are trying to live?
didn't ask to be born into. I'm just trying to survive, and the amount of debt I've gone into just because of that, and I didn't even go to college. Thank God I didn't go to college, because could you imagine? Good credit score. Not to mention, we're like one of the only countries that even has a credit score still.
That's a lie. Other people have credit scores also. If you were to up and leave the United States, your credit score starts from zero from whatever credit score that whatever type of credit score that they have.
So it's like
social credit and everything else.
I don't care. I don't care. What am I going to be able to buy a house in the next 5 years anyway? No. So what do I call me? Oh, you want your payment? Well, I want to be able to afford to live, right? So guess we're both losing. Call somebody else.
So about a year ago.
Little crash outs. Hey, bro, listen, dog, it's bad out here, man. You know how bad it is. People are making these type of videos. But you know what's interesting? And I hate to make it about this, but dog, I'm noticing that there aren't any men in this video. I haven't seen a man yet, which is crazy. Are the men just saying, I'm not going to tell my...
No, well, one, it might be that what he's saying, that men won't just say that they're struggling online or whatever. But also, two, certain men, I can't speak for all men, but certain men, we already know that it's up to us to be able to save ourselves. And if that the stop looks crazy. I just peeped it. If we can't do it or whatever, it's only gonna be on us. Nobody's gonna save us. Like I said, I ain't saying all of us are like that, but I damn sure know that I can't rely on anybody at this in particular moment to save me.
World, or are they just figuring out how to pay their bills? Which one is it? Is it the pride ego thing, just saying like, nah, I ain't getting on the internet saying this shit? Yeah, or are they figuring out how to pay them bills?
So I kind of had a nervous breakdown and stopped participating in capitalism. And what I mean by that is like, I stopped paying my bills and stopped giving a shit about my credit score that I had been working years and years and years to fix, because as I paid more and more, they were like, penalty. And so I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I just stopped. And like, now I'm getting all these things in the mail where they're like, you owe us money. And I'm like, prove it. And my credit score is somehow going up. It's like, we see all the hard work you've done at ignoring this, so like, we're gonna give you points, because that's, I think, how it really works. So anyway, I guess the point is, none of this is real. We're on a big floating rock in the middle of, the universe. And it's all made up and the points don't matter. You're doing great.
I never once paid.
Oh, there go a man. I spoke too soon.
a dime of my student loans, and I am more than fine. This country tries to control us with fear and fear of debt. Treat it like it doesn't exist. I'm telling you right now, do not pay.
Don't take this advice.
Can they do? Okay, so after you graduate from your university, like 6 months to a year later, you start getting all the bills from Sally Mae and you got to get on a payment plan. Do not pay. What can they do? You're going to get letters in the mail, right? And then you're going to start getting phone calls, block them. One more person to block, just hang up. These bills that come in the mail, it's just paper. It's just paper. I promise you, do not pay. I'm going to tell you why. Because I know a lot of you are like, well, then I'm going to have bad credit. Credit for what?
Uncle Sam don't play.
Credit for what? For that $1.8 million house you're about to buy? Let's get real. Let's get real, okay? The amount...
Why would you want to buy a $1.8 million house?
Of little bit of hard times that your credit will give you is not worth the 15 to 20 hours a week extra you are going to have to work to pay off this student debt. It is not worth your life. Do not pay. So based on my experience, after about 8 to 10 years, the letters and the phone calls definitely start dwindling. I've moved around a bunch in my 20s. They kind of couldn't get in touch with me, or it took them a while before they could. And then after that, your credit starts over again. It starts over again. I still have my education. I still have everything I learned. I still can use that to my benefit, and it should have been free. My goal in my life, and I've always stuck to it, is I'm not paying for anything if I should be getting it for free. Healthcare, I cracked the code. We can talk about that another time, but I'm telling you, do not pay. It is not worth your sanity. It is not worth your time. They are just controlling you with fear. They tried, everyone in my generation controlled with fear. Pay off your debt. It's going to ruin your life. Pay off your debt. It's going to ruin your life. No. Not paying my debt made my life so much better. And also keep in mind that there are other ways to raise your credit if that's so vitally important to you. There are other ways to take out a credit card, pay it on time. Like right now, I never paid Sally Mae once. My credit 702 got me asking where my girl's at. I'm telling you, do not pay.
You guys, I just paid off my car loan, right? I just paid off my car loan.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I know people personally who got messed over for not paying their student loans, dog. I do not agree with anything he just said. I don't know how he got away with it, but me being responsible and having love for everybody that's watching me, I can't stamp nothing nobody on here saying, really, bro. Honestly, it's a do it at your own risk type of shit. I suggest you don't. I suggest you figure out how to get on a payment, income-based payment plan or something. Real talk. Claim financial hardship or something, but just not paying it? Hell no, bro. This is the government you talking about, bro. They will garnish your shit.
In full. I felt so confident, felt so happy. I was so proud of myself. I was like, you know what? I'm doing amazing things. I paid off my car loan. This must help my credit, right? Nope. I get a notification yesterday. I get an email notification, and it's like, Vian, your credit score has changed. And I was like, oh my gosh, yay, my score probably shot up. I look, tell me why my score decreased by 30 points. It said, car loan, account closed, decrease in your credit score because your account has been closed. I'm never paying a loan ever again. If that means that my score is going to go down, are you kidding me? Here I was thinking I did a good thing. What a scam.
No, because...
Damn, dog, that's unfortunate, but hey, sometimes it happens. Real talk.
I literally will answer the calls and they'll be like, yeah, we're trying to collect payment. Be like, yeah, me too. I'll tell them straight up, like, I'm looking to file bankruptcy. I ain't got no money for you. Well, we can do like $50 a week. You can. I can't. It has to be an agreement. And sure, we can make this arrangement, but every time you go to pull $50 out my debit card, it ain't gonna be there. Because I get paid, I pay my bills, and I'm broke. Like that. Like I get paid tonight, I'll be broke tomorrow morning. Well, do you understand what this will do to your credit? Have you seen my credit? Do you think that I care? And quite honestly, these big corporations literally take the money that you don't pay, like if you get a loan and you don't pay it, at the end of the year, they file it on their taxes and they get money back for lost income or what the f***. So why are you calling me 4 years later, Susan, to try to get money that your company has already gotten money for? Fuck off. All the way off, Susan. I'm sorry, you're trying to do your job and I respect that. You're broke, I'm broke, we're all broke, America's broke. Leave us alone. I could not imagine being a debt collector. Like I just cannot imagine. Mad respect to them because they have a job and they have to do it. I'm sure it's a very stressful go home and cry yourself to sleep at night kind of job, because I'm not ever rude to them, but I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not, I'm good, not happening. I barely can pay my rent. I don't care about paying for that loan. I think so.
So I hope.
Yo, bro, it's a tough time in America right now. People are doing bad, dog. People are doing bad, and I'm noticing that the majority of these videos are coming from women, and it's sad for the simple fact, bro. A lot of the jobs that women have are jobs that are going to be, I'm not going to say easily replaced by AI, but let's face it, man. Think about the jobs that most of the women do. A lot of it is clerical stuff. A lot of it is sitting down in the office, typing things on a computer, responding to things. These people are figuring out how to get rid of them and use AI and save themselves money, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, but also they're doing that, but also it has backfired on them, on some of the businesses also. So
laborious, labor intensive type jobs are usually held by the men, and the only reason why they ain't been outsourced to robots and AI yet is because the technology hasn't advanced that far yet. But if you're the type of person who gotta respond to emails and your customer support, you're cooked, right? It is what it is, man. I know so many women in real life that got laid off, and I was just like, damn, that's tough. Including family members, co-workers, old co-workers, classmates.
hey man, let me know down in the comments down below. Are you finding it hard to live today? Gary, hey, listen, I understand. We all are struggling. I'm struggling. Everybody's struggling. But let us know some ways that you are able to get through it. And also, are there like other financial ways that we can make money? You know what I mean? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend, man. Yo, we all need each other. Group economics. I love y'all, man. Peace.